Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get into building the thumbnail. Let's get started by opening Illustrator. First thing I do is Command N for new file. Then I make my document 7 by 4 inches, the size of a YouTube thumbnail. Then let's name that template thumbnail template, or you can even do YouTube template. I'm going to drag both of these logos, make sure that they're PNG or vector, into Illustrator. We're going to take this one, we're going to select it, copy it, which is Command C, and then we're going to bring it into our thumbnail and paste it, Command V. We're going to scale it down, just press S, and then holding the Option key down, click, and it will give you the option. You can also uniformly scale this by holding down the Shift key and grabbing a corner and dragging it. YouTube logo, copy and paste. Scale it down, 75%. Let's hit that again. I'm going to place it right here. I've also got an image that I've used on another thumbnail. You can see how this is behind. Let's get it forward, and that would be Command equal, brings it to the front. And then let's scale that down, 50%. Let's bring it up a little bit with our magnifying tool. Let's scale him down just a bit. Let's do 10% down. Scale him down again. Let's rotate him. That is pressing the R key. Let's set our pivot point here. Move him over. We'll use our arrow keys to massage him over just a bit. I'm liking that. Okay, so if you're having trouble looking at him fitting outside of the box, let's do a mask. So I'm going to hit my M key, which is the square or rectangle tool. I'm going to draw a box around that template. I'm going to also draw a larger box around it. I'm going to select this outer box and also this inner box by pressing my Shift key. Now both of these are selected. Then I'm going to create a compound path, which is Command 8. And then I'm going to fill that path with white. Alright, and if you need to, you can bring that to the front, which is Command equal. Let me show you how I made that isolated image of myself. So what I did was make a sticker of myself with my iPhone, and that removed the background. Then I emailed it to myself. Start by dragging that sticker into Photoshop. I'm going to show you a neat little trick that I use all the time to isolate photo images from the background. Make sure that your Paths window is open. That's under this category. You keep scrolling down, you'll see Paths. Make sure that that's checked. You're going to go over here to your magic wand tool. Click on this empty space here. Then you go to Select. Inverse that. Go to these 4 bars in the top right corner. Then we're going to make a work path. Press OK. Save that path. You can save it if you want. I just press OK. And then select Clipping Path. And then press OK. Then we're going to save as a Photoshop EPS. Drag that into Illustrator. So that's how we got to here. I'm going to grab my hollow arrow tool, select. You can see that it's just partially selected here, but this allows me to group this together. Command group, Command G. Then I'm going to do Command C, copy, and Command V for paste. Then I can color this background separately from this image. I'm going to choose an orange. Go up here to Effect, Stylize, Outer Glow. It's already set to orange here. Make sure that your color is set to whatever background color you want. I set it to hard light out of this list, and I brought the slider to 100%. Now I'm going to preview and see what it looks like. So you can see the orange glow that's happening here. I like that, about that size, 39. So I'm going to say OK. I'm also going to push my Option key and drag a copy. Then I can stack these together, and it gives a much harder orange light. I'm going to select both of those, only these orange, and I'm going to group them together, Command G. I'm going to reach over here to this image, bring it to the front, and I'm going to put this orange behind it. Alright, now you can see this guy's got an orange glow. I like that. Let's bring our mask all the way forward, Command equal. Now we can start to see what this looks like. I'm liking the look of that. Let's move this down just a little bit. Use our arrow keys. Yep, I'm liking that a lot. Now let's group this whole thing together, the orange and this image. Let's group it together, Command G. Let's rotate this a little bit more. My pivot point down here. See what that looks like. Let's bring him over just a little bit using the arrow keys. Alright, I like that a lot. Save our progress, Command S. Let's play with some colors on this. Zoom that in a bit so we can see what we're doing. Remember, we grouped all these together. We're going to ungroup them. Command U. I'm going to try to just grab that black edge there. May need to zoom in a little bit more just to try to grab that black edge, which also is the orange color. Yeah, okay, we've got the orange background glow separate from the photo image. Let's color that black. I'm going to ungroup it so that we can put a different glow on it. All right, and then we're going to go up here once again to outer glow effect, and we still got our settings 100%. This is at 11 this time. Let's see what that looks like. That's a nice black glow. We're going to say OK. All right, let's zoom out. And then we're going to place that. Let's make sure that both of those layers are grouped again. All right, let's place that behind the image again. I like the way that looks. Okay, let's hit our M key, which is for rectangle. This one here. Draw a box around that template size. I want to change that to an aqua color or turquoise. Make it a little lighter. All right, let's drag that to our swatches. We'll send that to the back. That is Command minus. Oh yeah, look at that. Completely different look here. Okay, let's size this graphic down just a bit. We'll scale this one 10% reduction. Alright, that leaves us a little extra space because I want to put the word thumbnail in here. And let's color this one white. Okay, let's create outlines with this. If you right click your mouse and create outlines, or type create outlines. Outer glow once again. Move this out of the way. Let's preview that. Bring this to the front. Command equal. Drop this to the back. Oh, looks like we're going to need to do that again. Okay, so let's drag a copy of this black one by pressing our Option key. Alright, now there's two of them. That will give us a harder shadow behind that. I like that. Let's group together only this lettering. Command G. Drop this in front again. Use our arrow keys, maybe give that just a slight drop shadow. You can see the line over here. Now we're going to group that all together. Command G. We're going to hit our R key for rotate. Do some quick size and position adjustments. Need to do something down here and something up here. Let's zoom in on this hat area. I'm just going to take my pen tool, which is the P key, and I'm going to draw just a little covering. Then I'm going to hit my I key, which is eyedropper, and then I'm going to sample this color. That should be close enough. Let's move this out of the way so that that black stroke shows just a little bit more right here. Alright, we'll zoom back out. I'm going to group all these together with the repair on his hat. Command G. I'm going to take our mask and bring it forward again. Command equal. It needs to be something right here. Let's see what I got. Okay, so I found these gears. I've already done the process of using my hollow arrow key, pressing once on the outline, then group, copy, and paste. This black layer is what we're going to use to give this an outer glow also. So we're going to go up once again to Effect, Stylize Outer Glow. We've got all of our settings here. Let's preview that. Looks nice. Let's say OK. Now let's grab that black again. And we actually grabbed the gears, that's okay. We'll copy this by holding our Option key while we're dragging. And now we've got two of those. Let's massage it a little bit over with our arrow keys. Let's group those two together. Command G. Let's put our gears back over the top of that. Use our arrow keys to slowly move that over. I like that little bit of black shadow there. Let's move it over here, see what it looks like. You may need to rotate this and get it to where you like whatever image you're bringing in. Bring our mask to the front, Command equal. That looks pretty good. Let me group only the gears together. Tap those with my arrow keys to a point where I like what it looks like. Yeah, I like that whole image. Might need to move the YouTube over just a little bit so that this justifies the same as this. Save our progress, Command S. Now we're ready to export this as a JPEG and get it into YouTube specifications for a thumbnail, which is under 2 megabytes. I usually drag it into Photoshop and crop it if necessary. Using my arrow keys to massage this crop to get it fit just right. whatever program you're using to crop this thumbnail, make sure that it ends up being under 2 megabytes.
Thanks for joining me in the Steampunk Laboratory.